Now they can hear us.
Now they can hear us. Okay, everybody on YouTube. You guys are probably wondering what's going on. We're waiting for my computer to finish doing what it's going to do. And then it's already commercial time.
It's time for commercial.
For those of you who don't know, that this show is brought to you by naturalsolutionstore.bz.
My goodness.
All right, here we go. Attention, everybody. The views expressed on the show are not necessarily those of Axe Ministry, Axe Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinated ministries and or nonprofits. So by all means, please enjoy the show. Of course, that Steve needs to turn his volume down again.
That was yes.
Oh, no, that was Jay.
Yes.
All right.
Not again. See?
Awesome. Gotta love it. Here we go. Woohoo. And merge. Good morning. Coming to you live from Axe Media Group headquarters here in the beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's The Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. With your hosts, Matt and Jay. Yeah.
That sounded normal.
It did.
That sounded
I wanted to
Actually, it didn't sound normal.
throwing people off, you know.
anticlimactic.
Here we go. Matt and Jay! Is that better?
Okay, now that's the man I know.
I mean, could you imagine me getting super excited? Matt and Jay! You know, being really loud and obnoxious. It's pretty much my normal.
No, I can't imagine.
No, I can't imagine.
I don't know. You guys don't sound serious when you say that.
I can't imagine, Master J.
What'd you say?
Oh, man.
Master J. I said, I can't imagine that, Master J.
Tell, what was it? I'm sorry, who are we calling today?
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
That's Rachel.
For the weather.
I figure,
That's
no,
Rachel's
that's
other
Kelly Canosby, and that's on Mondays. We still have to hammer out some kinks, because we have to get a map of different countries to put up there so that we can move to it. So we were right. At least now we know the music sounds good.
So now
Yeah, there
everybody's...
you go. Oh, shoot. It powered off.
What?
Didn't mean to do that.
What did you say, shoot?
I said shoot.
Yeah, he did.
I know better than say
I just have an image of a bunch of church pews coming out of a pistol. Pew, pew. Pew, pew.
See, I told you, Rachel. Buckle in.
Oh, all right.
I gotta.
Okay, I'm here.
If you hear any noise coming from my phone, I had to power up, so that means I gotta start all over and power down.
Yeah?
Oh, that was just wrong.
That was far.
Oh,
That's after having a nice bean soup.
Sorry. It was St. George's Donuts yesterday.
I'll tell you what, that wasn't funny last night at work.
I'm back at middle school.
You weren't funny last night at work?
I ate like a giant bag of Doritos the night before last. And so at work last night,
Oh no.
It didn't.
there was no stopping.
I bet it didn't smell like Doritos. Well, you know that those bags are half full of air.
Well,
Makes sense that
He ate the air. That's what it was.
and here's the thing, right?
he doesn't like to waste anything that he buys. So he buys that
Cutting
air.
the cheese.
Yeah.
Right. So it's out of control. I can't stop it. And I let out the biggest fart that you can imagine. And I'm over there by myself. No sooner than it starts, two people come straight to me. Two coworkers. One of them's getting the trash right underneath me.
That's just wrong.
And I'm like, I was like, and they're already going.
I've done that before where the person that is supposed to relieve me at work usually didn't show up at until 5 till or right on time. So I look at the clock and, I've got one that's got to come out. Somebody told me one time it's better to lose your friends than your stomach. And in this case, just right as it happened, we'll call it the event.
Right. No doubt.
And this is in a small, confined office area, and it was damaging to the nostrils. And I turn around, and he comes walking in the door, and I stopped him. I said, "Stop! Go out there! Go out there! Don't ask questions. Just stand outside for a minute." He goes, "What, did you crap your pants?" I'm like, "Yes." Not literally, but...
You could have.
That's horrible, isn't it, when that happens to you? And there's nothing you can do.
No. And it's, people might be freaking out. Oh, this is gross conversation. But you know what? Farts are a part of life.
That's right.
You know?
Usually.
Yeah.
It's all natural.
Yeah.
And if you're with somebody and you've never heard them fart, that's because they're trying really hard, and they probably went through a lot of really upset stomachs around you.
And then if you see their faces and they're crimping,
Oh my God.
So good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Drive. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
my name is Steve.
My name is Rachel.
Rachel is Steve's lovely wife.
Amen.
Gosh.
We've been right out of the gate, inappropriate conversation. What do our friends on Facebook have to say about it?
What's everybody talking about?
I don't know. I've got to come back
I don't
on
know.
here and see where Steve's already started a watch party.
Steve says there's a lady in the house. Better watch your toes.
Watch your toes. Is she gonna step on our toes?
Yeah, maybe,
Maybe.
Ooh,
Better watch out.
you better be careful.
We want our donut back
Well,
then.
Steve's even.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yesterday, after our show, we had an unplanned show with missionaries
half
from the Yucatan
was half
Peninsula.
Yucatan. Hey,
Yeah.
weren't they on before? Because I thought they looked.
Yes.
Morning,
That's what I
Marsha.
thought.
Morning, Sandy.
And
morning,
I didn't
Scott.
get to talk
morning,
with him
Steve
as much as I
Schultz.
wanted to, so that's why we had him back on. And there were more things that I wanted to talk about.
Don't do it
Things
in the
that
elevator today.
Came up that we didn't
Jay.
get to explore as much. And then I epically failed yesterday at really going down those avenues and talking about it.
Well, you got it near the end.
You know what? I brought up politics,
Yeah.
and that it consumed the show.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not really. No. No, I didn't. I don't even really.
Not politics, but the societal effects of it.
Yeah, which
got
is stuff that you don't really get to ask people a lot.
Yeah, especially not people from a foreign country.
And I asked a question, and it was a really serious question for me. Yeah, it was out of my norm to ask serious questions like that.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever have that one of those moments where you're just like, should I even be doing this?
Yeah.
Or I don't even want to be doing this, or something like, because that's something that everybody goes through, and everything that you do, you have those moments where you're like, okay, do I want to even really be doing this?
Yeah.
But you know what? There's conversations that need to be said. We don't ever talk about these things. And that's
Right.
I
why
think
our
it is important.
world's the way it is.
Now I'm hot. Now I'm burning up. Is it cold in here, or is it hot in here?
It's
a little
warm.
cool.
It's just right for me.
Yeah, it's a
But-
little cool, but it feels comfortable.
Yeah.
I've-
You're burning up.
I'm just, I feel like I'm starting. I woke up in the middle of the night numerous times.
I think
Sweaty.
what interests me so much in them was that he talked about how he was in college, a Christian college, and he was pursuing a different career. And while he was there, his plans changed to seminary, and he started going to seminary, which is a huge change.
Right.
Stay on your toes.
And it's early in your, planning of your life. And his wife had been there to be a teacher, and she continued her pursuit of that education and thought she would be teaching in a foreign country when they had, concluded their plan to become missionaries. And so, but her being a teacher was what supported them when his plan had changed to seminary. So I thought that was interesting about these major, major changes happening in life. And I think the reason it was so interesting to me particularly is because I am going through huge changes in my life as well, or coming to realize that my life has changed, only my plan hasn't.
Right.
The plan that goes along with those life changes has to change along with them. And I think mentally and emotionally, I've always hung on to my original plan, which is to be a husband and a father. And that dream you have of retiring on a piece of land, grandkids everywhere, barbecues, that was my life's dream, my life's plan. And so once I hurt my back, that all started to go downhill and fade. And as it slipped through my fingers throughout the decades of my life, without realizing that life had changed and
Yeah.
the plan wasn't going to work out, it's hard to consolidate that and to say, hey, I have to make a change here and do something different, because this isn't really how life is going to turn out the way I'd planned. So I'm sitting in this house of my father's, got 3 bedrooms, and I have a great life. I'm doing the morning drive. I get to spend every day with my best friend, who's the closest person in the world to me, and who I enjoy being around. And I do the work that I do for Freeway Ministries and for the church, and I'm really enjoying that part of my life. But then I go home and something just isn't right. It's like going home to this lost, disintegrated dream that's just not there. It's not going to happen.
Right.
So I think I've come to the conclusion that I need to make a change there. And that's not the life for me anymore because that plan is gone. It's not going to happen, you know? That's not part of the plan anymore.
Well, you got to think about the more important plan is to go forth to make disciples of all nations.
Yeah, I think I'm doing that.
That's the more important plan.
Through your work is what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that that's the shape my life is taking. But when I go home, it's not, it doesn't fit that, you know?
Yeah.
And I have had my house open to people and rented cheap rent to people to give them an opportunity to do something with their life. But I think it's an awkward situation, you know, and I don't know how to structure it in a way that keeps us close like a family. So that's not my family, and we're not close like a family. And I think, if anything, it's more of existing in the same space while still trying to keep that as your private space. So we're, you know, in most of the circumstances, except for you, when I had people live with me, it was people kind of trying to just work around each other and avoid each other the best they can and not step on each other's toes. And I don't think I like that. That's not. That's, you know, I
you're
don't
a
like
sit on
living
the
in a
front porch
house
and
with
talk
somebody.
to one another, kind of.
Yeah.
We used
Yeah.
to sit on the front. Like this part of the show used to be called the front porch convo portion of the show.
Yeah. Because it
was. That's what we do. It's like we sit on the front porch and we talk and we
Of
talk.
course, we
and
had to move it to a studio that
Yeah.
was suitable to do this. But
Yes.
It was what we
That
were
makes
doing.
sense.
Yeah. And so I don't want to exist in a house with people that are trying to avoid each other. That's not. That doesn't. That's and again, that's not the vision that I have for my life or for my home.
I
is
think
to have a
somewhere
place
on
where people-
Facebook, we still have some of our really, really old episodes from your garage.
Yeah.
You know,
And that was.
where we used the cell phone for the camera.
And we'd
Garage
already done it for a
Diaries.
year or two before that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
like hit start on the phone, go sit down, pull it
Yeah.
up on the computer, and da 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 da.
Yeah.
It's called the Garage Diaries.
Yeah, we can
And it
call it
worked.
that. It did. And then next thing you know, we're like, okay, we got to start making room here. So we came up here, we moved everything around, we took pictures of where we would be sitting and stuff like that, making sure it would work.
Got that little camera.
Got that little camera. I remember the night I got that little camera. It was in a rush.
And this is multiple uses. So they have a church that comes here for a veterans church. So we're kind of all trying to work this out. Like, how are we going to be in the same space, exist using the same space and not step on each other's toes and get in each other's way? And this is a big thing. This gets in the way.
Well, it does and it doesn't.
Well, we had to work that out.
Yeah,
though.
we did, because it used to take over half of the. I mean, it still does, kind of, but
Takes up more than half.
not really, because they have that space they use behind the camera there for a veterans church,
Yeah.
and then right behind the sheet here, you'll see tables and chairs and where people sit during the veterans church. But yeah, it's been a process, and you know what? Not everybody's been happy about it.
Yeah.
You know, you'll never be able to make everybody happy.
I think that
That's
is
right.
the truth about life.
Yes.
But you do have to learn to compromise,
It's
to
be
work
flexible.
together, to
No.
do as much as you can for all parties included who exist in the
Okay.
same space, to have at least some say in how it works.
Right.
You know?
So that
And
was.
we had to consider other people when we made the decisions to do things the way we're doing them now. This all came about from that,
so you
really.
have to do sometimes. Gotta,
Right.
That's how I was
Alright.
going to say, that's how I type.
could you imagine me sitting here for a whole show just hitting buttons and not even looking? Like,
I can imagine it.
I can't. See, they thought it was funny.
yeah, that's what I say.
That was our studio audience.
Right.
And now on with the story.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that randomly throughout the rest of the show.
Okay.
Hey, you got to put
Okay.
some. Okay. No.
No.
My favorite one though would have to be.
Yeah, that would be.
People look at you weird when you say that just out of the blue. Bow, bow, now! They usually blink a couple times and then go, what?
What was that?
But you can see that blink like, Like they're processing. Did that really just?
Did that just happen?
And if you get a head cock, you know you're really doing your job well. Like
It clicked.
Mission accomplished.
they do the Scooby Doo.
Well, it almost sounded like well, I was going to say that sounded more like Scooby. The other one sounded more like Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Tim Allen. Tim Allen, if you're watching, we love you.
no, he's not a sponsor either.
He's not a sponsor, no,
Right,
but
but
he is a pretty good comedian.
He is from
I think he's a
Detroit.
conservative. He's a conservative.
Yeah.
He's from Missouri.
No, he's from
I think
Detroit.
he's
Oh.
I think he's a libertarian. or
Actually,
a-
his show was
I know he's been in
place
prison before.
Mhm.
You know, he talks about that. Some of the funniest people, I guess.
Actually,
have
Keith
criminal
Allen, who
past.
does the Neil Diamond tribute, he opened up for Tim Allen.
The Neil Diamond tribute.
Yeah, well, you know who he is. He's a
That it's not unusual to be loved. That's Neil Diamond, right?
No.
no.
Neil Diamond's the first rock and roller.
He was
Nice.
Cole at one point. Neil Cole.
to America.
That was Neil
Today.
Diamond?
Yeah.
Diamond, yeah.
He was
and
the
then,
very
he
first
was in
real
all-
rock
he was
and
in the
roller.
Jazz
I
Singer.
thought that was-
Hello.
Yeah, he went from jazz
Yeah,
to rock
he
and roll.
was in the Jazz Singer.
I thought Coming to America, I thought that was like Bruce Springsteen or
No,
whatever.
Coming to
No.
America was the last song, I think, in the Jazz Singer.
Huh. That didn't sound like jazz at all.
No.
We're coming to America.
Because it's rock. He switched over, yeah.
Yeah.
Look it up. Check it out.
Well,
he's
a
a pretty
Christian
cool.
now. You know, in fact,
story.
Keith Allen, the one that I just told you about, he's a member of the Acts Ministry.
Is he?
Yep.
Well, we used to have some pretty big names as part of Acts
So
Ministry,
Keith
too.
Allen, what he did is he does comedy.
Gary
too.
Paxton, the writer and producer of Monster Mash.
and
He's
Alley-Oop.
with the Lord now.
And
he is
now,
with the Lord now, yeah.
Now, the biggest gospel song that he did was "He Was There All the Time," which his
Yes.
daughter Deborah Paxton still
Now,
does.
you can always tell who he is in a room at Acts Ministry because you have everybody in suits and ties, and he's wearing a T-shirt and has, like, I think he meant for it to be, like, red hair. It ended up
Yeah.
being, like, orangish, pinkish.
And blue, don't forget blue.
And he's in his, like, 70s, and you're like, okay, well, this guy's interesting. So
Yo,
he's an
there's some-
interesting
there's
character.
some interesting
I
stories.
wish he was still alive so we could have him on our show.
Yeah.
Well, I can get Vicky on mine.
Yeah?
His wife. I'll tell you what. There's some stories that
Oh, I
people
bet.
just go, wow.
I bet he had a life of rock and roll and partying and
His house is a shrine, isn't it, Rachel? It's like
Wow.
not a shrine, but there's just he's got over
full of
1,000
memorabilia.
Yeah. it's
Yeah,
for-
he's
yeah,
got over 1,000 type songs.
It's
that
like Monster Mash Graceland
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Basically.
without the TV with the hole shot through it.
Yeah, she's got her own.
That was a
she's
thing,
got her
wasn't it?
own
I don't know.
I
radio
think there's
show
a
called The
TV
Paxton
with a
Hour.
hole shot through it at Elvis's ranch or whatever, where he got mad and shot the TV with a 357 or whatever.
We didn't get to go in.
No, but we was at the front gate.
We're at the gate.
Now that's the king of rock and roll right there.
Yeah.
The king, but not the
Well, thank
original
you very
rock and
much.
Well,
roller.
of course, he copied a lot of
Neil Diamond is the
Unknown
original
artists.
rock and roller.
yeah. I see. I need to. You think as a worship leader, I'd listen to more music.
Yeah,
But
what's
I-
up with that?
I really just, I should listen to more music and kind of hear how the music is going. And when my youngest son, he likes the new modern hip hop, which is, I'm sorry, I'm dating myself. I'm sounding really old here, but it
Huh?
kind of sucks
I
because
don't know, but some of it is brilliant still. I hear just little pieces of some of these people's voices, and it just blows you away.
Like Kevin Maxwell from DC Talk. Kevin, he's got that.
Yeah, that's
I'm
Christian
talking
music.
About, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
we talk
secular.
he's talking about secular music. But there's
yeah.
some stuff it's just like, what is this crap?
Yeah, I mean,
You know, I used to
lyrics-
say that about Kanye because his stuff was so vulgar and so just that. But when he did the Jesus is King album, I listened to that. Yeah, I'm giving a shout out to that album because there's a couple of songs in there that are just kind of like, oh, that's kind of weird. But, you know, he quotes scripture
It's
throughout the
Kanye,
whole
you
entire.
got it.
Yeah, but he's quoting scripture through the whole entire
But
album.
he's switching over, and that's.
Oh, he's not switching. He's full on switched. I mean, it
Oh
was,
yeah, it was all
complete
he's
flippy
born
flop.
Again.
Yeah,
Born again,
like he's
And
getting
a lot
onto
of
his
people
wife
still
about
are having a
dressing the
hard
way
time
she was
with that,
dressing.
but-
Huh?
and is she
A lot of
dressing
people are
different?
still having a hard time with that.
Yeah, but a lot of people are going to church because they heard Kanye say it was a good
I'm having a
idea.
hard time. My life's changing right now too.
Yeah, he's
You know,
he's in a
hey,
midlife
life
crisis.
changes.
You know, it would be very interesting to have choirs or vocal bands, you know, in the church start playing Kanye West
Morning,
songs.
Dennis Code said you guys
Wouldn't
need to
that be
keep your
interesting?
day and night jobs.
Dennis Code says that.
No, that's Steve Schultz.
Oh, Steve Schultz.
Oh, Steve said
Trying.
that?
Yeah. The first time
Does
Steve
that
was.
include me?
Have you heard some of the voices that are putting out?
Don't
music
answer that,
nowadays?
Steve.
Yeah, most of them that I,
mean,
hear
yeah, their
are auto
lyrics are
tuned.
not encouraging good things. No.
Are they getting away from that now?
Some
There
of
for a
these-
while, you can't
some
have
of
a
these
song
stars-
without.
Yeah, it was all on
That's all
Some
you
of
hear
these
through the
young
whole-
stars will
From who?
just blow you away.
from almost every artist. You'll
Oh,
hear
yeah.
that.
That shrilly.
No, the auto tune.
Yeah, the auto tune.
Oh,
You know that sound makes it sound like electronic voicing and stuff.
oh yeah.
They
that-
have microphones that do that now.
Yeah, they do.
Auto tuning microphones. So if you sing off, it automatically
But
sends
just
it.
thought, watch what are these shows where they find talent and do a show? And,
Oh, yeah,
America's
Mom and
Got
Dad watch
Talent.
us. Yeah. Well, we don't need to mention the
well, these
names
are
of
the
the
people
shows.
that are becoming the stars of tomorrow.
We don't want to.
And the ones
get
that are
sued.
stars now are the
That,
stars.
that
of yesterday
reality
from that show.
song
And
music
there's
show.
yeah, and they are. I mean, Mom and Dad watch those shows all the time. They actually record them so they can watch them later together and not have to sit through any commercials. But and some of the talent is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
As long as if someone can actually sing and they put forward, even the people that use auto tune, they put in a lot of work on writing and producing their
The
music.
singer-songwriters are my favorites
Yeah.
Yeah,
because there's just something more genuine and emotional about their music.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure people have had bad opinions
There's
of
a lot
my
of-
music.
There's a lot of Branson entertainers who have ended up on that show, and that's how a lot of them are known in Branson because they.
Yeah,
were
like
on
that
show.
America lady. What was her name? America something.
You know what bothers me is
She was on one of those
Oh
shows.
yeah.
is all these amazing voices of
America's Got
yesterday,
Talent.
where you got like Britney Spears, and I shouldn't mention these people by name, but
Oops,
you
I
see
did it
these
again.
stars who have amazing talent and amazing voices, and they're doing this just cookie cutter, horrible,
Bubblegum type.
horrible, yeah.
Not even bubblegum.
No.
And it encourages the same exact thing, sex and,
You know what?
and bad
Some of it-
relationships. They describe bad relationships as if that's part of the excitement of life.
Some of it is just fart number 7.
Oh. But wouldn't it be
If I say
interesting
something is fart number 7, you'll know now what that is. Go
to
ahead.
see them really try to make a difference
Sorry,
with their
Rachel.
music, knowing, they know that their voice can make a difference.
sorry, Jay. We're
No, it's good.
really hard to talk to, aren't
It's
we?
good, yes.
Yes.
Sorry about
Sometimes.
that. Sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to
it's all right.
upset
It's
I
good.
had to participate.
We got-
Sorry.
you. What are you guys talking about?
What?
I see there's
I don't
a
know
change
what's
of
going
subject
on.
coming.
Everybody, what?
Huh?
What?
I was trying to get one of those moments going again.
I think it's disappointing. Anyway, that's all I'll say. It's
What
disappointing.
what is disappointing exactly?
Seeing people with such an amazing talent and a stunning voice that stuns you when you hear it. You stop what you're doing and you hear this thing, and then all they say is all this cookie cutter horrible life.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Or they use it as a platform to show their political views.
Yeah.
Or they have a mouth on them after they're off the stage, and you catch that. It's like,
Or foul.
yeah,
You know, they
that's
say-
not the same.
They
person.
say don't meet your heroes. Now, I think it'd be safe to meet my hero, Chuck Norris.
Yeah, I think that would.
There
Be.
you go.
He
Well, it might not be safe.
no, he I come through, my head's literally
It just
upside down on my
depends What
shoulders.
side of the list you're on?
Still,
Hey!
still spinning, and you're not sure where it's gonna stop.
It's
Matt's
like-
hey.
That was awesome, I'd say.
Do it again. No.
No, I know better than to mess with Chuck Norris. I've known that since I'm a baby. You know, I used to, even when I was a kid, I watched every movie that he had, that I knew of.
He had a great show.
Oh, yeah, Walker, Texas Ranger. And, he produced, he directed and produced. Now, the choreograph on those shows, the fight choreography was choreographed by his son.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, something Norris. But,
Here's
Yeah, that
Morgan.
would be a
Yeah.
good clue.
man, can you imagine having to, like Clint Eastwood's son. Have you seen any of his stuff?
Oh yeah.
The first movie I watched with him messed my head up really bad. It's like he's a person with schizophrenia. No, he's a person with schizophrenia,
That's
but
a pretty tough
he's
deal, man.
punk.
he's being chased by somebody who's really wicked and evil, killing everybody, and it turns out it's him the whole time, just a different persona of him. So let's see
You
here.
just gave a movie away.
That's I don't know if that's paranoid schizophrenia. That sounds like
multiple
split personality.
yeah,
multiple
well,
personality.
yeah, it's all pretty bad.
It may
So.
and be schizophrenia too. I guess schizophrenia maybe have to be part of that in order to.
So long story short, Chuck Norris, sir, if you're watching, I'd love to meet you.
He was pretty
Just saying.
awesome. I liked his show because one, it believed in justice, and number two, it also believed in a person's ability to change.
Yeah, and always had a good moral, and it taught you about. And at the time, you know, like it's, I'm trying to think of the name of the show where a black guy came into the precinct in the heat of the night.
Yeah.
Right.
That was put out during a time where there was a lot of tension between the races here in America.
Oh, was that with Carol O'Connor?
I don't know their names. The guy that played in All in the Family.
Yeah, Carol
Yeah.
O'Connor.
Boy, he was a nasty person on that show.
I know he
He
was.
played a racist on that show, or a bigot. You know, that's where the Jeffersons, you know, they moved in
that
next
was a
door.
spinoff. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't you think there'll always be some tension between?
Yes,
I mean, I
always.
wish racism would change.
Yeah, I wish it
but
would
I
go
think
away
there's
forever.
always going to be some people who can't see past that
Right.
because that's what they see
Morning, Joe Katie.
with their eyes.
Long time no see, brother. You want some dogs? Anyways, figure now is as good a time to any to ask. You don't have to answer that on the show.
What
But
is-
anyways,
oh,
Joe Katie. Well, you know, I was thinking of Sadie and Natty, you know.
so
I
I
figured
called,
there was something behind that.
So I called up the Humane Society and asked them about my dogs and what the process of giving them to them was, and they will not kill them. They will keep them until somebody takes them.
Unless they're violent.
They're
And those
not.
dogs are not violent.
Natty doesn't like to share her food and is pretty aggressive about it, but she's not like dangerous.
Steve
Only at
Schultz
the
said the
mouth.
black guy died of a drug overdose.
Yeah,
In
he
that- Which
did.
show? In which show? In the heat of the night?
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mr. Tibbs?
Yep.
The movie
can
was pretty
believe
good,
that.
too. Like
Yeah,
the
but
movies?
Yeah, he passed away with the drug overdose.
Because there was In the Heat of the Night, the movie, before there was the show. And then there was the second, like, They Call Me Mr. Tibbs, was another one. And very, very good shows.
Yeah.
I used to pretend like I was playing harmonica for the opening of that show all the time. You know which one I'm talking about? And I used to sing it all the time. I mean, the singer was great. Anyways, so we got a phone call to make.
Yes, we do.
Yes. It's the time.
Make sure. Are you texting
I'm going
her?
to let her know.
Because she's probably waiting with bated breath.
Bated breath? Does that mean she ate like fish or something last night?
Oh man, well she doesn't. Yeah,
don't
she
know
doesn't.
who that is.
She can't have fish, and well, yeah, she's just allergic to shellfish,
We
like
can't
you.
have shellfish, yeah.
Why so shellfish?
I don't Yeah, that's what I thought.
You caught that.
All of a
right
sudden, Sean Connery was in the room with us.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't mean to be shellfish.
Oh yeah.
You were Sean Connery to shut this man alive. I'm sorry. I need her first and last name here. Where are you at? Steve-O Mickey Mac.
That's me,
Stephanie, what's her last name?
Brown.
Stephanie Brown.
Yep, that's an easy. Well, that can be an easy name.
So Stephanie, wait with bated breath. We're getting ready to call you here in a second. I want to make a banner for you though. You gonna make a banner for her also?
Stephanie, what?
Stephanie Brown.
I wasn't going to. I didn't even think about it.
Well,
Tells
There you
you-
go,
Think
Steph.
hard.
Sorry.
Tells
So-
you how good I am
Yeah.
at my job.
I've got some teaching to do still, you know.
Good luck. Who,
I'm a
who
terrible
are we
teacher.
teaching?
You.
Oh, what are
you,
we?
you are a great student. You know that.
What am I learning?
Whatever he tells you.
Oh,
Exactly.
so what's
You're
I'm
the
gonna be
name?
instructor.
nice. I'm gonna be nice.
What's the name again? Stephanie.
Stephanie Brown.
And it's IE, not Y.
I
STEF.
know my sister's name is Stephanie.
STEPH.
Ah, see,
ANIE.
I knew. I was just testing you. ANIE.
It's like you knew how to spell
Brown?
that. Or something.
Brown is
I-
in the color. Yes.
I comes before E.
First color I ever mixed.
Except
I put
after
green and
C.
red together, and it came out this beautiful brown. No, first I did blue and yellow, made green, beautiful green. And the second one I added red, and it turned to brown.
Yeah. Well, some of the browns that Bob Ross mixes on his show are just.
It makes it read.
He's like, oh, oh yeah.
So
There it is.
brown was my favorite color for.
Man, live. That's good.
Still
Happy,
is.
happy trees.
I always always wanted to know what he was smoking when
What's
he was
the
doing those
description
shows.
I should
I know.
put?
Sometimes I was wondering.
What's this description? Who
On the
is
phone?
she? Is there
I
some
just-
website or something?
Steve and Rachel's
No.
friend.
No, her sister.
Oh, your sister.
She's my sister.
So
Just a friend.
And
Steve and Rachel's sister.
What's this visit
Rachel's
about?
sister.
Rachel's.
Is there a topic?
Well, she'd be your
Pharmacy.
sister-in-law.
She's
Yeah.
a pharmacy technician.
Yeah, she
Huh.
was talking about compounding.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just going to put on the description.
PHARMACIEXW.
the phone.
How do you spell pharmacy?
Pharmacy. PHARM.
ACY.
ACY.
Oh,
We're going to do a commercial
You
first.
see why I don't want to make a banner?
thank
wanna
you.
shut that thing up?
Thank
Hey.
you for letting us know.
Thank you
No?
for letting us know how late we are getting started today.
All right, the banner's ready.
But we got to do a commercial first.
No, do we?
Look at that. What did I meant to put it on the phone. Let's see. I just got
She's really
Stephanie
she's
Brown,
really-
and then below that it just says P.
I put pharmacy tech. TEC. I hope that's spelled right.
Hey, they'll understand. They'll get it.
I put PHARMACY.
There we go.
There you go.
Hey.
Hey, there you go. Woo.
See, I'm getting
Hey,
better
A
at this
plus,
spelling
A
thing.
plus for the student here.
A plus.
All right.
I didn't spell out
So
technician.
now, mind you, remember, we're using the phone's speakerphone. These do not go through to the phone.
Okay.
Her voice will come through to it, but our voices won't go through this
Okay.
to her.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll be able to hear her. We just won't be able to talk to her.
She
No,
won't be
you
able
can
to hear
talk to-
us unless you talk at the phone.
Okay.
So we'll have it set like this, hopefully.
Hello?
Good morning, Morning Drive.
Stephanie Brown, welcome to the Morning Drive. Stephanie Brown is also a viewer, a fan of the show, who watches and listens all the time. Though most of the time we can't hear what you're saying, or we can't see what you're saying because you're on Steve-O Mickey Mac's watch party.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
That's what he's labeled in my phone as, Steve-O Mickey Mac. We were supposed to do a commercial.
Yes, we were.
You don't mind us doing a commercial real quick, do you, Stephanie?
No, I don't.
Okay. If I can figure out how to do this. You ready, Jay?
I'm ready. You're there, sir.
Am I?
It's
All right.
you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Matt's desk here. Today's show is brought to you by NaturalSolutionStore.bz. Now, there are
.bz.
plenty of products on Natural Solutions Store.
.bz.
.bz to help you with your natural supplements. Of course, we got a pharmacist tech on the line that we'll be talking to here directly. And I'm waiting. My computer's running really slow today. I think I need to do one of those defrags or whatever you call it.
.bz.
Defrag.bz. So a product I'm going to talk about today will have to be Super Hemp Balm. That's one that I personally
Yay.
use on a regular basis. And
I love
trust me,
that.
if you have aches and pains, this is a must for your medicine cabinet. I'm telling you, this stuff works where other stuff doesn't. And
Fast relief.
And I am a skeptic when it comes to holistic stuff, but on this, I was proven to work, and it works great.
Yeah.
So if you haven't looked at NaturalSolutionStore.bz, now is the time. Go on there, check it out, and get something today. Tell them Matt and Jay sent you. Anyways, back to you guys. .bz.
.bz.
I'm still here. What's up?
All right. So,
See, I told you she's something else.
did you have anything in particular you wanted to talk about on the show today?
I haven't been.
I was.
Let me see.
I know you were talking about something the other day called compounding.
Yes.
Okay, well, just to let you know that I have done that already. I went and I got some bag balm, because the stuff on my hands, and I mixed it with some generic Lotrimin, which I didn't know if it was all going to mix really well, antibiotic ointment, pure aloe gel, no scent, no nothing, just clear, pure
Right.
aloe gel, and
Some smelly stuff.
and myrrh essential oil. Mix it all together. Now, that's a decent compound, right? Would you call that compounding?
Compounding is basically using like Aquaphor or use or lotion, and mixing, splitting the medication together, making sure it's nice and thick.
Yeah. I was worried that it was going to, because, Bag Balm is petroleum based, and some of the lotion that I put, and I also put eczema lotion in it too. I thought maybe it would bubble up and like separate,
And explode.
and it hasn't, so that's good. I did make it really creamy looking though. But anyways,
Usually you're looking for water-based and petroleum-based.
so this one I think was a bit of both. I think the aloe gel is considered water based, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay or not okay?
Jay wants to know, is that okay or not okay?
Oh, it's okay.
Is it?
It's okay.
So what is the weirdest compound you've ever mixed as a pharmacist tech?
Okay, I've had to make sulfur rectal suppositories.
Sulfur rectal suppository.
Yes.
What do you do? Like mix
Yes.
them together, put them in a mold, and then like put them in a refrigerator and let them cool, or?
Exactly.
Well, that's
You learn something new every day.
what is it? What
It
is
was a medication.
what is
It was a
what is the medicinal benefit of sulfur in the anal area?
Cavity?
Yes. I mean, I know that
Yeah.
suppositories absorb into your system faster because they bypass the stomach and absorb right into the lower intestines, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So, but what medicinal purpose is sulfur?
It's what the doctor ordered me to make. So I don't.
I didn't know if you knew. But I mean, on the plus
I
side,
think it's for yeast, isn't it?
I don't know.
No,
Maybe it makes your fart
as,
smell
as,
better.
as a technician,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
usually
They might be
the
flammable.
pharmacists and the doctors that say, okay, you do this and go on. So
So you just
these
make
things
it, and there
that
you
go
go.
on, I just make it and there it goes.
Yeah.
So it's usually the doctor and the pharmacist.
That's a very nice way of putting it. Just make it, and there it goes.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining handing this thing
Like,
to somebody that's covered with all this compound and with the rubber gloves on, dropping it in the bag. This would be $20.
Well,
see,
they make pretty much
yeah.
pretty much any medication you can make into a suppository, can't you?
Right.
Like if it's like pain medicine, like hydrocodone and stuff like that,
Oh, dude.
can be turned into a compound. Because I know when I used to deliver pharmaceuticals to different pharmacies, the oxycodone and the
I think some
stuff like
salves
that.
are for external use only, and you would not be able to use something
Because
like
you,
that.
yeah,
in a-
because you can't swallow it.
right.
Right. Yeah. And that's the best way to get. I mean, it really, in all honesty, that's the quickest way to deliver medication to somebody.
It is.
I mean, if they had just like the capsules or the pills, could they just use one of those if as a suppository if necessary?
No, they usually need glycerin.
Now, just remember, everybody, we are not doctors here. Do not do what
No.
we are talking about
Oh, heavens no.
And
because
if
No,
if
no.
you're making your own suppository, make sure that the ingredients are for internal use. So if it says for external use only,
don't use it.
don't
that.
use it.
Oh,
Yes.
heavens no.
Well, you know what? How about you
That
just
could
let
be
the
a problem.
pharmacist
You
tech
talk
make
to
your
a
own, make
doctor.
your stuff for you?
What's that?
I was telling the viewers, just let the pharmacist tech make your suppositories for
Yes.
you. I didn't know you made those on hand, like you mixed them and then
I get it.
made them.
On hand.
Now, are there some suppositories that come pre-made?
Yes, like acetaminophen. They use that for infants.
For incense?
Infants. For babies.
Oh, NSAIDs. Infants. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Babies.
So a baby that
Babies,
can't
they-
swallow a
they
pill
have-
without
that's what they
choking.
do for
Right.
baby Tylenol.
Okay, I got you. My son, when he was a kid, he's going to hate me for this. My youngest son,
Bless
he
you,
had a
Tanner.
problem with getting constipated. This is Jordan.
Oh, Jordan.
So we had to get the enemas for him. I tell you what, I felt so terrible for that boy. But I mean, the relief on his face afterwards was worth it. As far as like being able to go, because you know how grumpy babies get whenever they can't go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Especially if they sit there for like 10 minutes grunting their face beat red and there's nothing going on. But
Yeah.
I know, you know,
looks in
we're
their
all
eyes.
parents here, right? Are you
Yeah.
guys parents?
No,
No, you're not parents.
No,
But you've watched a lot of kids, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she,
years of childcare.
Rachel did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kids are gross sometimes. You know, they're beautiful. I love children, like other people's kids, so that way I can hand them back. You know what I mean?
That's what grandpas and grandmas usually
You know,
say.
and I can't wait till my sons bring home some grandbabies so I can like do what my grandma did for me. She'd send us home with goodie bags, she called them. Basically bags full of pure sugary candy. And I always wondered why Mom used to get mad at her for that. Well, if someone were to do that to my child now, I would understand how she felt back then. But anyways, this is your sister. You know,
Yes.
we got
I'm
your...
the big sister.
Say what?
I'm the big sister.
You're the big sister?
Yeah.
Are you the youngest, Rachel?
Yes, I'm the youngest.
Join the club. Are you the youngest, Steve?
Yes, I am.
Jay, are you the youngest?
I am the next to the youngest, one of 5.
Stacy is the youngest.
Yes.
Yeah. She's the one that lives in England.
Yep.
So she's got a New England and an Old England accent combined.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Did
Are
you
you sure?
park the car?
Did you park the car?
Of course, she's married
Gotta
to
go.
who used to be the strongest man in the world.
I think you win that title. You always are.
Ah,
Yeah.
There may be
True.
someone stronger, but when you did it, no one was stronger than you.
Right.
That makes you the strongest man in the world.
kind of like they always call the former president's president,
To me, anyway,
Pro
that's
life.
how it works.
Mr. President, or former president, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't they usually
No, they
still
call
have
him
bodyguards?
president.
So if when I meet him
Oh,
for
yeah.
the first time, I'm going to arm wrestle him.
Who?
Your brother-in-law.
Oh, I thought you meant the president.
I mean, because I figure I've been needing a new arm anyways. He just
I
rip
think
it off.
you would
and,
realize that this is a different kind of human being.
yeah. Well, and
As
he's
soon
nice
as you
too, isn't
grip-
he?
oh yeah. As soon as
Seth,
you
thanks
grip
for
his
doing this.
hand, you would feel the muscles on his hand that he grips a
Yes, yeah.
pole with 1,000
Yeah, like
pounds
he do
on
that,
it with.
and there's like a bicep on his thumb.
Exactly. Yes, literally.
Hey, Seth, thanks for doing this.
Not just a bicep, but a bicep that is
Yeah,
stronger
we're glad to
than the
have you.
average bicep.
We need to get more of our viewers and our fans on the phone and talk
Yeah.
to them and get to know them better.
Susan Burrows.
Yeah, we need to get Susan Burrows on here. But right now,
So what else do you do?
we've got
besides-
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
What
Hi, Stephanie. This is Jason.
can you hear, Jason?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, that's right. So what else do you do besides pharmacy work when you go home?
I read Outlander.
And Outlander.
The books, yeah.
Read
I am
Outlander.
in the DA, Daughters of the American Revolution.
We're part of the DAR.
Oh yeah, so the
Part of the
Outlander.
what?
Boy, that's a large
Daughters of the American
series.
Revolution.
There's like 70 or 80 of those books, aren't there?
Yeah, and there's a.
If I
series
remember
also.
correctly, they all are pretty much the same, though.
Is it
just-
about the American Revolution,
Uh,
or is it about a new one?
no, this
It's-
Outlander is kind. It starts off where there's.
Oh, wait.
Is
All
it
right, so-
fiction?
We're not supposed. We don't have the express written permission of the
Oh, yeah,
people
yeah.
from Outlander to discuss their books.
Oh, that's
I
right.
think it's okay
so
to
if you-
mention that's what you read, though.
Yeah, we can mention the name and stuff, but we can't talk about any of the content because that would be considered like
Copyright.
spoiling spoiling it. You know,
Is it a fiction series?
it is a fiction.
Yes.
You know what
Yes.
I find interesting about that? Your son was coming up with a fiction series
Yeah.
of his own, and as he told me about this, it
Then
was
he
a
got
whole
a girlfriend. so
it was
now
a
he doesn't
whole
really have
weekend
time.
that he described this idea of his.
From start
and-
to finish.
And I can see something like that turning into 100 some odd book series
It's
because
similar.
there are so many avenues that his idea could go down. Every character he was working on a background that was just brilliant. I mean, even just hearing his part of what he had put together, you could come up yourself with all kinds of ideas for that character. And I thought that was just a brilliant thing. I loved it, and so I can understand that.
And he would start talking about it from start to finish. From the moment he woke up, we had to actually tell him a couple times, okay, wait till
Yeah.
we've had coffee before you start talking about this.
Yeah.
Because he would literally start talking from the moment he got up or the moment we got up to the moment he laid down to go to bed.
Yeah.
Non-stop. And Tanner, I love you. That's but
But it's a passion.
Tanner,
you know.
you're
It is
a
a
good
passion.
guy.
now he's
Oh,
invested
absolutely.
in music
Yes.
and
a
He's a great songwriter.
and a girlfriend.
He's a great songwriter, and I love his music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's only going to get
He
better.
has one called "Slow Down." Look
Yes,
it up on
that is awesome.
YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, Tanner Gibbs.
Blows me away. Great song.
Yeah, and my youngest son, I've given him a couple guitars, or I
Yeah.
gave him one guitar, and he hasn't really picked it up yet. He's
Tanner
he was
definitely
playing
has.
"Smoke on the Water" the other day when I was on the phone with him,
Oh,
Was he?
man.
with like one string, "Smoke on the Water."
With one string.
Yeah, like everybody does.
Oh, right.
Bum 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 bum. Well, what else do you? Okay, so you read a lot. I read a lot of audiobooks. Now, are they most?
That counts.
It does count.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I started.
Could you imagine the words?
I read a lot of books too, but my imagination is very vivid. So whenever I'm reading books, I can imagine like the entire. It's a good experience. I can't sit down and read a lot because I work so much and I
You
do
used
so much
to.
stuff. I used to. I read all the time. I would end up not getting to sleep until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon because I was, next chapter, one more chapter.
I had a tote full
Sounds
of
like
these.
Stephanie.
You
I
do.
may still
You
have
it.
still have
too.
a tote full of my books.
Well, no, it sounds like you.
I do that too.
But then also, since I'm at work, I listen to audiobooks. That's, just
It's
what
easier, and you could still work and do.
I use Hoopla, Hoopla digital app. You use your library card.
So what's your hobbies, Steph?
I'm a Japanese major, so I read a lot of manga.
Oh, manga.
Yeah,
That's
What is
basically,
this?
it's Japanese comic books, essentially.
Ah,
Yes,
the Comic-Con
exactly.
or the what is it? It's not Comic-Con. What is it
Yeah.
called that you? Oh, it
The
is.
Comic Cons, yeah. Yeah, you go and
We
Yeah.
went.
so you do the Comic-Con thing?
Staff.
Yeah, Comic Cons are fun. Yes.
I've seen a lot of
Yeah, I always
here
have-
lately. There's been a lot of pictures and memes of people at Comic Cons that are forcing deodorant on people there. So is that a real problem at Comic Cons?
What goes on is that the people forget to shower because they go all nerd. Yeah, they go all nerdy, and it's they forget to shower and eat. Take care of their body functions.
So
And yeah, that's been a problem for decades.
yeah,
What do you
So
go
it
as?
It has to be a reminder.
Oh, I keep,
we've only got like about a minute left. So what do? You go to Comic Con? Do you dress up? Do you what do they call that? Where you dress up?
Cosplay.
A what?
cosplay is what it's called.
Cosplay. Which
Yeah,
is short for costume.
I usually run around in a kimono.
Just a kimono.
Yes.
Do you
I
have your hair
kimono.
put up with pencils or something? Chopsticks?
Chopsticks. Yes.
Ah. What color is your kimono that you wear? Do you have multiple ones?
I have multiple ones, yes.
That's-
I have a kurotomusode, which is the most formal for women. It's black and some blue on the bottom.
Mm.
And I have some irotomusode, more multicolored.
Oh yeah.
With
Well, I mean, the coloring on real kimonos is, they're beautiful works of art,
they are.
and they're
yeah.
usually hand
Very-
embroidered.
Silk? Are they silk? Do they make them out of silk?
and hand dyed. Yes, silk. Yes.
Well, thank you for being on the show. I know we didn't talk to you as much as we should have, but we're gonna have to let you go so I can play my music for the outro. Okay?
Aw.
Oh, thanks, Steph. I love you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steph.
I love
Thanks
you,
for
honey.
coming on. Thanks for coming on the show.
Love you.
All right, we appreciate you. We'll talk
Yep.
to you another time.
Bye.
Okay, hopefully. Bye.
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 And that whole time, I went through all that trouble to make her banner, and I didn't put her banner up there, so I'm going to do it now.
Well, I thought I saw. Was that your banner? Because I did see Stephanie
You're
Brown.
on YouTube. That's
Oh.
mine.
Yeah. All right, so it's time for us to get out of here, folks. I saw
Aw.
Tom Young in the bullpen.
There he is. Hey, Mr.
He'll be
Tom.
coming up here in just a moment. I need to pull our music back up. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the morning drive today. We'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. Be sure and tune in next for something to celebrate, followed by
Brighter Living Live.
Brighter Living Live with Steve McAllister, Steve O'Mickey Mac, and his wife,
My co-host.
Rachel O'Mickey Mac.
Yeah,
So until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt,
My name is Jay.
my name is Steve.
And I'm Rachel.
and this has been
The Morning Drive.